Chris says Big 12 officiating is biased against Oklahoma. Look, Chris, I said on Twitter after that shot that CJ Colden took in the end zone that they threw a flag and then they reviewed it. They picked the flag up. I said on Twitter in a moment of just kind of capitalizing on that moment of frustration type thing. Hey, if you want to know, if you want to see if Big 12 officiating is slanted against Oklahoma, here it is right here. That was Saturday. This is Thursday. And here's what I think. Here's what I honestly think. I think Big 12 officiating is just bad. It's bad. This conference has bad officiating. Pick the sport, right? Pick the sport. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. The officiating in the Big 12 is garbage. And it's been that way for a long time. And when I rank officiating in college, I rank them by the worst because you're only talking about the officials if it's bad, right? Because when the officials do really, really good, the officials are like a defensive back, okay? When a defensive back is having a really, really good game, you don't really hear his name called because they don't look that way because they know that guy's not going to let our guy catch a pass. And when the officials have a really, really good game, you don't really talk about them. We are always talking about Big 12 officiating. You pick the sport, we're talking about Big 12 officiating. Now, Oklahoma and Texas fans have this excuse that since the Sooners and the Longhorns are leaving the Big 12 and moving on to the SEC, it's just slanted and biased against our schools. I really don't believe that. I really don't, Chris. I think this is false. I think Big 12 officiating is inept. It is not good. And it hasn't been good. They didn't just get bad this year. And there have been plenty of games this year. Go back to TCU. There were calls, even though OU was never in that game after Dylan Gabriel got hurt. OU benefited from some really bad officiating in that game. And there's been other games. There's other times. And it's just what I mean. That was a terrible, terrible no call. Well, it was a call, then you pick up the flag on what should have been not just unsportsmanlike conduct. It should have been targeting, and it should have been offsetting. Instead, West Virginia gets a first down, ultimately scores a touchdown. But it's just ineptness of the Big 12 officials. Coaches can't say that. Players can't say that. But we, as the fans, we can say that. They were bad before OU announced its move to the SEC, and they're going to be bad after OU moves to the SEC. It's just coincidence, and it's a good talking point, but it's not true. They're just bad across the board.